is. They haven't been hurt. How can you get hurt when you like having sex with multiple men?
But not every woman's like that.
The
I'm just
majority. The majority.
I I well, I'm not really friends with the majority of them because I
Well,
go to
I'm not
church
friends
and
with them
stuff.
either.
But
I'm
I'm
talking
just
about
I'm
studies,
just saying.
surveys that have been conducted by women. The one where I said 40% of women in serious relationships already have a backup plan in case this doesn't work. Ma'am, that was taken by women.
Well, can I ask you now? Can I actually bring something up too? Because now I see the women that I know, or just women like me, is that I'd rather just get an education, to be honest with you, so I can hold my own. And I say to
Hold on.
women,
Are you saying that that's your thoughts or women's? Or
well, I'm speaking for myself. I'm a
okay.
woman too, but the women that I know, the women that I do hang out with and associate with, we have gotten to the point where if we were to be with a man, we have the option to work, to set goals, we will be of value because we are working independently. But when we're with another man who has stuff together, their goals and their degree, we want to be with the same person that has the same value.
Okay. Are you talking about monetary value? Are you talking about education and being able to provide? Is that what you're talking about?
Both.
Okay. So here's the issue I take up with that, ma'am. We've been pulling you out of sewers since the beginning of time.
Why
You
would you
know it
say
and I
sewers?
know it. We've been pulling you out of diners when we're worth $5.6 million. dollars.
What do you mean
And
by
they've named movies after it called Pretty Woman. Kings have been riding down old dirt roads and commanded the driver, stop, because that peasant, barefooted, semi not very attractive woman walking down the road. And now, a month later, her name is Queen so and so. And that's where it becomes disingenuous in the eyes of men. We typically date down, but you guys get a little bit of, and I'm not speaking towards you, you guys get a little bit of clout or a little bit of education, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, men have to be doing better than you or equal.
No, I mean, what I feel like is this. Look,
But I
I'm not.
have to ask you, ma'am, isn't that, before you proceed, isn't that what you just said?
What I'm saying is that
No,
that
but I just,
person.
first, I'll let you go ahead, but I need that we, in front of the audience, we need to establish that that is what you initially said. Now that we have our education, we want a man who, do you agree that you said that?
I want a person who has education as well. But why? I'll tell you why. So I can actually have an intellectual conversation and not be that the other person not be offended and not being a power trip, but we can both come to understanding and both have intellectual debates without each one of us being offended.
But the problem is this, ma'am. Do you think people without an education are just dumb and can't?
No, I don't think they're dumb. But what
Oh
I'm
my
saying is
God.
that when you've been educated, you are confident within yourself that you're able to have educational and carry an educational conversation. And I just feel that in some cases, some people don't hold education.
Ma'am, let me ask you, do you agree with this? Let's take all of the people. Let's just say the United States. Would you agree that most people don't want to have an educational conversation, but more want to have a common sense conversation?
It's not just common sense. It's the fact of not everybody wants to talk about self-development. They don't want to be better. They want to
No,
be
ma'am, I'm
trained and
talking
be
about me
effective.
and you having a conversation about life. Hey, babe, listen, you remember when we drove past that mountain today? I'm starting to think, babe, we should, ma'am, I think that you guys have been programmed with education. And what I mean with that, where it's become your world, where the world doesn't revolve around education. The world revolves around two human beings amicably getting along together. You don't, okay, so let me ask you this. Do you believe that you can have an intellectually elevated conversation with someone like myself?
I could.
I didn't go to college, ma'am.
But at the same time, I'm talking about how neither of us would be offended.
Ma'am, but so are you saying that pretty much only a man who has been in college can know how to not get offended?
What I'm saying is that a lot of people that I've talked to, they don't know how to. They're so passionate about what they're talking about that they get offended if I don't take their side.
Okay, so might I suggest to you, ma'am, that you're swimming in the wrong pool. Can we agree on that? If these are the type of men that you're encountering, ma'am, you must know that those aren't the only caliber of men in the world. So which only suggests that the men that you're entangling with are those men.
No, some of them on TikTok. I go on debates. I talk
Okay,
about
there's also some highly educated people on TikTok, right?
yes, some. I said yes, some. What do you expect me to say? You want me to lie to you?
The way you said yes, some, ma'am, there's millions and millions. I'd argue there's a great number of them, ma'am. I'd argue that a great number. You disagree with that?
I'm just saying there's some. I didn't say that they're all. I mean,
So,
that's
so,
just
so
me.
let me ask you this: what are you looking for in a relationship?